Shalom, shalom. I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Krakodash. Double honor to the elders and to the pastor of Great Millstone. And enough respect to the brothers out there pushing and spreading the truth, which is the gospel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to the folkness of the world. Now, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I just want to do a quick video, and Lord willing, this be edifying unto the elect. The title of this article is Ukraine War Shows Europe Too Reliant on the United States. And this is something that the Finland Prime Minister said. And Salakia for the noise, Salakia for that. But before we get into it, I just want to read Revelation chapter 17, starting from verse 16. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Then we know that the whore is talking about Babylon or America, and the beast is talking about NATO and EU. Okay, it says, they shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and they will burn her with fire. Okay, and these are going to be, they're going to be part of the multitude that join up with Gog and Magog, as it says in Ezekiel. Let me get it right now. All right. Right, it says Gomer and all his bands. Okay, let me get it right now. There's a prophecy of Gog and Magog, and it says that what they shall it says, I'll put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine enemy. Right, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shield, all of them handling swords. Right, so the great company is what's referenced here. Many people with thee, and be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company. So it's not just going to be Russia that goes against Babylon. Russia is going to have a lot of allies, a lot of people with them, and some of these are going to be those that were formerly members of what NATO and EU. Okay, and eventually they're gonna help bring down Babylon. Okay, and the missiles that shoot on Babylon are gonna come from these nations. Now, before, just wanna bring out 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, starting from verse 8. It says, "But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one." Oh, no, Salakia. Right. Verse 10, it says, "But the day of the Lord, okay, will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with what fervent heat. The earth also, and the works that are therein, shall be burnt up." That's right. And the day of the Lord that comes as a thief in the night, it ain't going to sneak up on us. Right? In other words, we're not going to get caught off guard when all hell breaks loose, because we pay attention to little things like this that the world does not care about, things that are too subtle for the world, right? Because we take time and we read into these things, right? We take time, we invest our time, right? And dissect little things like this. So we get into the article. It says, Russia's invasion of Ukraine has shown that Europe is too reliant on the United States for its own security. The Finnish Prime Minister Sanna Marin said on Friday, speaking at a think tank in Sydney, Australia. Marin advocated boosting Europe's defense capabilities, including arms and production. "I must be brutally honest with you, right? Europe isn't strong enough right now. We would be in trouble without the United States." And it's interesting that the only way that these men can think of peace is by what? Is by getting more guns. Is by getting more missiles. Okay, it's very, very interesting. Which shows you that what it is the Most High that has put His will in them. It is the Most High that directs their path. Okay, for prophecies to come to pass. And I'm bringing out Revelation the 17th chapter because if these men if they are determined to be a strong nation, right? And in this world that we're living in, we live in like a globalized world, in a sense of You can't do everything by yourself. You can't just separate yourself from the rest of the world and think you're gonna prosper. It doesn't work that way. And no matter where you live in the world, you cannot have all the resources of the world. You understand? So you always have to cooperate. You have to make deals. You have to dance with the devil, you know? And that's how it works in this world. But there's I can see a future in which Europe decides to be stronger by dealing with Russia, you know, by dealing with Iran, by dealing with China, you know. And in that case, America is gonna what? Try to discourage them. America will probably try to force them, right, to make an otherwise decision. And in which case, what happened? It's only gonna push them to the other side. It's gonna push them closer to Gog and Magog, which is Russia, you know. And in that case, what? All hell breaks loose. The missiles get shot, right, and then the kingdom appears. You know. It says Europe isn't strong enough right now. We should be in trouble. We would be in trouble without the United States. Marin told an audience at the Lowry Institute. You know, and we know that when Trump was president, he went hard on these European nations, and he called them freeloaders. You know, because America was doing all the work. You know. So it's going to push them. They're going to be like, okay, well, we can't rely on the United States forever, because even the United States, they don't want to support us forever, you know. It's just when I read it, I just saw like a chain of events that will most likely happen. That's why I just brought this out here. That's why I'm just doing a video on this article. It says she added she had spoken with many United States politicians who had said they think Europe should be stronger. And the United States is giving a lot of weapons, a lot of financial aid, a lot of humanitarian aid to Ukraine, and Europe isn't strong enough yet. This is something, Marine said. We have to make sure that we are building those capabilities when it comes to European defense industry, right? And it's interesting that she brings this thing up, because whenever the UN was sending money, right, when they send aid to Ukraine, that money went to American weapons manufacturers, right? It went to they were all American-made missiles, right? American-made aircraft. Okay, it was always American-made, and so America was profiting off of it. And it's interesting that she brings these things up, man. You know, the world, people don't want to depend on people no more. The spirit of these men are, I have to be ready for battle. I have to be ready to fight for myself. And war is the only thing that we hear that's in the air right now. War is the only thing that we hear of. You know, we always hear of war being more and more likely, and we always hear of peace treaties always failing. You know. It says in a recent speech, Helsinki Marin said Europe was currently too reliant on China for technology and should invest more in fields such as artificial intelligence and quantum computing. All right, so this is pretty much the end of it, you know. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty much the end of it. So I'm just going to end it right here. To the brothers that are listening, I want to say Shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yashar Barakatham. To the few Aquafs that are also listening in truth and sincerity, I want to say Shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yashar Barakatham. May the blessing of blessing be upon our houses, man. And the Most High, may the Most High speed up the destruction of this place, so that we may get out of here, so that Yahushua may reign and the kingdom may be established. Okay, so until the next one, Shalom, Barakath Yahweh, Barakath Yahushua, Barakath Yahweh Bashim Yashai, Shalom.